Welcome to West Country Tech Time. This is video number 5 and this is cameras offline quick fix. One of the most common issues we have with CCTV cameras going offline is just that the recorder needs a reboot. Like any technology, like a laptop, like your phone, once in a blue moon, the recorder needs a reboot. It's on all the time, 24 hours a day, it's whirring away. It just needs an off and an on. And in this case, we can do that with the off and on switch here. Now you may have a Hikvision recorder, you may have a Dahua recorder, they're all the same. There's always gonna be an on-off switch on the back. So in this case here, we've got this little switch here, just turn it off, give it 5 seconds. In fact, we'll do that now, off, 5 seconds, and then we'll just turn it back on again. You don't need to leave it any longer than that. Turn that back on, you'll hear the fan come back on, and then we need to leave it for about 1 to 2 minutes, and the camera should hopefully at that point start to come back online. At most of our locations, you can have a recorder in the house, cameras potentially wired directly to the recorder, or you're going to have a remote location, a livestock shed, somewhere where there's cameras on a shed away from the house. And in that building, you're more than likely going to have a gubbins box. In this case, the lid's off because this is our one in our showroom. There'll be a plastic grey box like this with a lid on, normally with a West Country Tech sticker, if we had them. Just unscrew the 4 screws, flathead screwdriver, twist them 90 degrees, the lid will come off and you'll be greeted with this hardware in here. First of all, make sure it's all online, all powered up, sorry. Is the plug socket been turned on? Has it been disconnected in the shed? Have a look inside. Are there lights flashing? If there's no lights flashing, then we know it's a power issue. If you've turned on the mains and you know that's good, then have a bit of a visual inspection in here and also just make sure everything's connected in correctly. You know, is this power lead come loose? Has the power lead on the back of the network switch come loose? Just make sure it's all clicked in and pushed in tight. If you've done that and lights still don't turn on and you know the power source is good, then it's more than likely going to be something in here that has failed. So either the power supply for the network switch or the actual network switch itself. If you've taken the lid off and you've got lights flashing, so you know the power's good, then the next thing is to see if any one of the ports isn't flashing. So for instance, if you lost one camera and you can see port number 3 isn't flashing, then we know that there's an issue with the cable and or the camera. One thing you can do is actually pull out one of these leads like this, and then just make sure that that's clicked in correctly. On top of the connector, you'll have a little plastic tab. Bend that up a little bit just to make sure that it's got enough tension so that when it clicks back in, you get that distinctive click on the RJ45. Do the lights come back on then? Yes, you've solved the problem. If not, we know that there's a problem with the cable or the actual camera itself. If that's the case, then at that point, we as a company are probably gonna have to come out and inspect it. Another common problem that can happen, again, with like all technology, things need a reboot. We're now onto the smartphone. So let's say the cameras are live on the recorder, they're all on your screen like you can see behind me, but they're not on your phone. You're opening up the app and it's saying no connection or it's just got a black image. 9 times out of 10, that is gonna be either an internet issue or down to your phone. Go and reboot the router in the house, turn it off, 5 seconds later, turn it back on. Has that resolved it? If not, come to your phone. I mean, the easiest thing to do, I would say, is to turn the phone off and on because then you know 100% it's refreshed. But a quick fix is to actually reboot the app. So on an iPhone, it is a case of swiping up and then removing it off the screen or double clicking the home button and swiping it off. If it's an Android, then you're gonna be tapping one of the tabs at the bottom, which shows all of your open apps, and then you can swipe them off the screen. That is a very quick way of rebooting the app. Open up the app again. Are the cameras live? If they are, brilliant, you've solved the problem. If in doubt, just turn the phone off, back on again. As a recap, when cameras go offline, it is normally down to just hardware having a funny 5 minutes. So the best thing to do, what we'll say to all customers, is turn the recorder off and on. Then go outside. If you have a remote location, find the gubbins box, find the power for that respective box, turn it off and on again. If you're still having continued problems, open up the box, visual inspection, come back inside, turn the router off and on, and if you still can't get anywhere and you've lost cameras either on the recorder or on your phone, at that point, give us a call.